Audio and everything?
Audio and everything.
Yeah, I'm working on
Huh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, welcome everyone to the Fraser Park Public Utility District regular meeting. This is our agenda for Thursday, November 14th, 2024. We're starting this meeting at 4 p.m. And we do have an additional possible teleconference. Looks like we do. Location 820 Elm Trail, Fraser Park 93225. And let's see. I don't need to read all that. So we'll start with item 1, call to order, which I just did. We're going to start with 1A, pledge to the flag. If everyone would please rise. Oh, ouch. Okay, thank you. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. And roll call directors, slightly off the agenda, but I'd like to congratulate Jerry Garcia for his win. He'll be joining us for another 4 years.
All right. Good.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And Tiffany for her win on another non-related board. Okay. So roll call directors, Director Garcia,
Here.
Director Nyman,
Here.
Director Gibson,
Here.
and Director Kelly.
Here.
And I'm Director Schoenberg. We're all here. Full board. Okay, on to item number 2, discussion vote adjust agenda if necessary. Are there items that need to be adjusted on the agenda?
Was it not doing closed session?
I believe we probably are. We need to find out
Yeah.
things, so I don't think there's any items that we need to adjust presently. If we do during the meeting, we will do that as a vote. Okay, item 3, public comments. Are there any public with comments for items not currently listed on the agenda? If so, if you could keep those comments to approximately 5 minutes, thank you. Any non-agenda comments, items? No. Okay, moving on, item 4, report of officers. We'll start with president, that's me. I signed another claim just a little while ago, so, and I don't think I have anything else specifically to report. So vice president.
No, not this time.
Okay, secretary.
That's a drama.
Oh, I haven't signed anything.
I got some minutes for you, so don't leave without signing.
I will be signing some minutes tonight.
Okay, treasurer.
I made some transfers. We made one from operating revenue to the meter well for $15 for the wire feed for the bridge loan. We did, from the CIP to the planning, $4,381.50 for, Todd Dodson and Association. Tom Dodson. And then, another one, from the CIR to the operating for $50,000 to keep money in our operating account so we can pay some of our bills.
Because one of the major bills that we had is our yearly, insurance, which
Which was
has gone up from 27,000 to 35,000
And
dollars.
we didn't have enough in the general to
We had,
compare.
no, we would have completely,
Completely wiped out the
and
general.
we had payroll hitting. So we wouldn't have had, so maybe with the 50,000, I'm not sure what we're gonna have, maybe 25,000 left in the account, I think, after we pay all our bills.
Okay,
But we don't have payroll for another 2 weeks. We should be getting in money this week because our date is the 20th, is when we normally get money. So this week we should be receiving this next week, so.
Okay, the reason I asked is we wouldn't normally take it from there, but if we don't have a choice, we don't have a choice.
Well, I mean, the
Well, we
other
could've
account was,
deleted it,
the
we
other
didn't wanna do
account, we
that.
would have completely, it
Yeah,
would have gone
no.
down to about 28,000, so we decided to take it from the CIR. If that's
Okay,
okay with all the directors?
Yes,
okay, and, JPIA representative.
nothing.
Okay, are there any questions for any of the officers? Okay, moving on to item 5, board member initiatives. Does anyone have a board member initiative that needs to be discussed at this time?
No.
Okay, item 6, moving on, manager's report.
We're still getting 33% water loss. It's still a lot. I was hoping that after a few months of the smart meters being in, but still have high hopes that maybe the last meters that we're gonna be changing out might help, because they're commercial, they're bigger, so maybe that's part of it, but still have to actively, like we always do, try to get more funding for mainline replacement. We just had a pretty big leak on Jewel Trail again, which is a little short trail at the bottom of Gators, in Irvine. That's the one that flooded out of Hightower's house, but luckily it went down a different way. But that took 2 days to fix. On the first day, Corey battled it all day and then got it to where it was slowed up enough to where we could bury it, go back the next day, so we didn't have a bunch of overtime. Dug it back up again, whole lot of clamps, put a longer one on there, so we got that fixed. Oh, I got notification if we exceeded notification level for boron, naturally occurring borons. And I asked, well, what do I do about that? And he goes, I gotta notify your governing board, being you guys. We had a limit of 1,200, which works out to 1.2 milligrams per liter. Everything that I've read, there's no MCL on set for boron. There's recommendations from the EPA and FDA and everybody else, but basically they say that it's not a health hazard unless it exceeds like five milligrams per liter. So we're at 1.2. So it's just something that we have to track and keep note of. I don't know why it's all of a sudden become something, but there is a lot of boron up here. They used to mine boron out in Lake of the Woods. So got that. I had to have septic tank pumped. Santana gave us a decent deal on that. I think $500. But he called me out there to show me that the thing is just rotted. All the metal is all rusty. And then the funny thing is, when they put it in backwards. Santiago was telling me that one side's supposed to be deeper than the other side, and they turned it around, so the solids is on the wrong side. But it's been working since the building was built, but it's still, I'm sure it didn't help at all. So, of course, we're not gonna do anything with it until we get some type of a failure where we have to do it, but because they're expensive, but just so you're aware. And then, last month, we got 15 meter changes done. I believe we're done with them. We changed Big one?
those ones out. The smart meters, yeah, the ones that we got. I had to have checked with Corey on that. And then today, or yesterday, I ordered one of the 9 2-inch meters that we need because they're $1,300 a piece. So I'm gonna space that 9 out over time, so we're not getting hit all at one time, so.
One a month?
Yeah, we need 9 2-inch, 1 8.5,
Excuse me.
and, that's it for my, report. Oh, one more thing. The fuel crew is down to 2. Our guy procrastinated, didn't, take his test till 2 days after the deadline. And then he failed it. And we had reminded him, he even wrote a thing on the whiteboard up there for months before what the deadline was, and he just wasn't committed. So what I'm doing currently is I'm waiting for Jacob Hastings. He's 16, I believe now, to get his work permit. So then when I need somebody like you needed post boil notices for the last leak of June, stuff like that, I could call him in, young kid, and he could run around, post notices. He could, watch a hole if we need him to while the other guys are doing stuff. And it's interesting because he'll be the 3rd generation to work here at the water company.
probably ever, because it was Judy first, that's his grandma, and then his mom worked the front desk, and now Jacob Hastings. So,
Does he want to work here?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he wants to get work experience, he's, you know, he wanted to go on homeschool so he could work, more, but I told him I didn't want him to do that. I want him to keep on getting the education, we'll use him when we can, you know, if he's at school, then we just don't use him, but if it's after school or on the weekends, then we'll use him the time that we can, and to try to get him trained up a little bit. Kind of in line with what I've been trying to talk another water manager into doing, which was start like an ROTC for water at the high school, but I can't convince him to be willing to teach it. He's the one with the education. I said, well, maybe all the water people could just chip in and help you do it, but they'll have you do it. You know, oh, no, I ain't doing that. But maybe he'll talk to his buddies in school and tell them, you know, that the job ain't too bad, and we'll get younger people wanting to work here. That's it.
6A administrative assistant report.
No report today.
Okay, any questions for, either one of our manager or
No.
administrative assistant? No? Okay, on to item 7, standing committee reports. We're gonna start with the accounts payable committee.
We met, we went through invoices and we asked Deborah to, print checks.
And she already reported on the transfers we had to
Transfers.
make.
Right.
Yeah. And so, yeah, there's a lot of big checks that, Deborah will go through.
Okay, and, state update meeting committee,
We don't meet till next week.
right? And the quarterly financial committee,
Uh,
we didn't have to meet a second time.
we did not, no.
So, yeah, we went through everything, we already talked about that.
Yes, and, I gotta ask Deborah about the audit. I don't know if you guys saw the email from Scott, he's wanting to
Yes.
know some dates. Johnny, did you pick dates?
Yeah. I went with it. I mean, that's not something that, I don't remember the board ever have to be involved.
No, it's just that
Yeah,
you and Deborah have to pick some dates.
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
Yeah, it's locked in.
It's in like 2 weeks, I think.
Okay.
I'm still providing some information that he needs. I'm having Corey do the
And
inventory.
he felt like he could do it remotely, so he could still work with us.
Good.
I'm in a meeting right now.
Okay, any questions for any of those, regular
Well, how long
standing
was-
committees? Okay, let's move on to item 8, ad hoc committee reports. We have the project committee.
Oh, okay.
Director Nyman's walking away. We did meet,
with, the French and Wainwright.
no, we didn't meet with them yet. We met, I think we already reported on the last time we met, because that was paid for already. So yeah, we haven't met since the last time. We still need to arrange a meeting, which I guess Steve will talk about further in the agenda.
Okay.
So, and then the, financial, I was just saying it because I saw it on the,
Checks.
checks. And then the financial committee, we did meet. You
We
wanna
did
talk about
meet,
that?
yeah, we went through, some of the properties that we own and went on, Joan, was a big help. And we went on Kern County and tried to figure out where our properties were, and we got them more listed of where they are and what they are. And, so the APNs and stuff actually match something on a map.
Perfect.
Yeah,
And we'll be meeting again next week.
Monday. Yeah. So,
And we have a
Right.
copy of that map?
yes, got copies. of that.
We have actually a whole bunch, what Joan did is took screenshots of everything, so now we have actual pictures of what the property looks
9 by
like.
11, half
I
by,
don't
We
know.
haven't printed.
Printed out,
I don't
yeah.
think it's
Oh, they're in
printed
the
out yet, but we
electronic
have
form.
stuff, we have to print it, but we will be able to attach those to each property, so we'll be able to eventually bring all that stuff to the board and have an idea of what we have, what we don't have.
Johnny's got a big file
What we
with
can-
easements and stuff in it
Right.
that
That's excellent.
we have to go
Thank you.
through and.
So it'll still take a while, but we're in that.
But very
process.
useful tool though.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what
So,
we're saying, is a picture is worth 1,000 words.
And again, we wanna thank, Joan for being a part of that.
And then we,
Thank you, Joan.
Volunteering her time to be a part of it.
yeah, and we found out that the tanks, we don't really own the property, we just own the tank that's sitting on actual forest land. That we.
That's some of them. That's forestry, McGee.
There's 3 that we don't
And
own,
Sam Young.
and we had one of them written down that we owned it, so
Yes.
that was not correct.
And so there were some things we found that were correct.
Sam Young, McGee and forestry are all.
Correct, they're all, and we checked our permit, so we did look up the permit, and we put a note,
That's,
which is now gonna be in our financials. So there's a note that says when we need to start looking into renewing the permit, which we still have 20 years on.
None of us will.
that's
be
a
here.
quarter of our capacity, so.
Yeah, but,
No,
Tiffany might
nothing.
be.
That's a long time.
yeah, it came up and bit us, so to speak, last time, so this time hopefully whoever is here will hopefully know that they need to start working on that permit ahead of time.
We know what year that
Because
is?
it takes
Right
a
off
long
that top?
time, it's 20 years from now,
Yeah,
Oh, no.
44.
yes,
I think.
so, yes, it's, like she said, none of us will probably be here,
Mhm.
and hopefully we're.
Who's the youngest? You?
Me.
Any young start, we're gonna be cranky.
Are you
I may be-
40s?
Alive, but I don't know if I'd be in the water.
Right.
Cause I'll be pushing almost 70, nearing 70 by then, so
Well.
it's a
I'm
lifetime.
over 70.
Yeah,
Okay, well, we'll see what happens, but at least we put a note in there, so that's helpful. So that's
Yes.
what we did for that. So a lot of different, work in different areas, and, so moving on, are there any questions about any of that? Otherwise, I'll go on to the financials. Okay, item 9, discussion vote on accounts payable financial information. This is Deborah Angel. If you wanna bring up, what we did in the financials, a lot of very big checks.
Okay, good evening, everyone.
Hi,
Hi,
Deborah.
Deborah.
So we prepared 2 checks out of the meter well account. One check in the amount of, 2 checks for a total of $232,279.75. Both checks were payable to Bruff Construction for, payment 5, $121,248.50. And then one for progress payment 6, $111.31, oh my gosh. $111,031.25. And then we prepared one check out of the planning account in the amount of $4,381.50 payable to Tom Dodson. We prepared 35 checks for a total of $93,420.89 out of revenue operating. And the extraordinary disbursements include JPIA renewal for $35,637.17. The benefit check for $6,484.24. The primary visa, $3,622.29. Dues to California Special District Association for $5,851. Edison, $6,539.05. And a Young Woolridge for $19,785.76. And that's all I have.
Okay,
Thank you, Deborah.
I'll make a motion that we pay our bills.
I'll second that.
Okay,
But I think you need to include that other 7,000 to Tom,
Oh,
plus,
okay,
Plus-
all right. I make a motion that we pay our bills and that we have 2 checks for Tom Dodson and Associates,
which are hinging on us.
which is hinging on us approving the contract this evening. So if we approve the contract this evening, we will send out the payment for Tom Dodson and Associates for $7,737.76. And the other additional check for $4,381.50.
I will second that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second. You take back your second because you changed it. Okay, so are there any questions before we do a roll call on directors? Okay, Director Garcia,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly,
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 5-0-0.
Before we move on,
We will pay our bills.
from financials, our attorney let us know that if we need to do payment plans on, all the stuff we got going on right now, that his office is good with that. They want us to know that we matter to them and they're not trying to cripple us because the bills are, coming in pretty pricey. So I thought that was very nice of him to do that.
Without it being announced, I love that.
That would have to be nice, yeah.
Yeah. Very nice.
You good with that, Ronald?
Yeah, well, yeah, if we need to.
I think it fits squarely in your.
Okay, anything else under financial business? Okay, moving on, we are going to be going into closed session.
Thank you, Deborah. Have a good night.
Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
Bye, Deborah.
Okay,
Bye.
hi, I'm gonna make an oral announcement prior to the closed session, Government Code 54957.7A. A representative of the legislative body to orally announce the items to be discussed in closed session prior to any closed session meeting. So item 10, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957 is conference with legal counsel, existing litigation, Government Code 54956.9D1, Fraser Park Public Utility District versus CNC Elite Properties LLC et al. Kern County Superior Court Case number BCV-24-100199. And item 11, closed session pursuant to Government Code 54957, conference with real property negotiators, Government Code 54956.8. Property that's being discussed are the following parcels: 256-070-54, 256-070-55, and 256-520-13. Agency negotiators are Lisa Schoenberg, Roman Nyman, and Dee Jasper. The negotiating parties are Jeff French and Emily Wainwright. Under negotiation is the price and the terms of payment. So with that, we're going to go away for a moment, folks, into the closed session. Hopefully it won't be very long, it's just informational of where we're at, and we will be back shortly.
There's an article in the paper about well, hey, did you read that?
I'd love to read it.
I did it.
You didn't read it yet?
I heard the first one, when's another one, right?
This is last
Last
week.
week. The dedication's off.
Yeah, and that's a thing I found out is nationwide. And, so everybody that wouldn't do that before, companies that wouldn't let you list post office box, they're all gonna have to change that or they'll lose money.
Okay, let me, I don't know anything about that, but that's not part of this meeting, so,
Oh, we ain't started the next meeting yet, so
uh,
we haven't started the next meeting yet. She's still going back.
yeah, we're, oh, I thought.
That's what I'm saying.
Are
So
we over?
that's why we can still talk.
We're in the open session. We're just waiting for Becky to move over.
Okay,
Yeah, we're just waiting on a board director to come back in. And I'm going to reopen the open session. Hey, here she is. So we're coming back out of closed session. The time is 4:39. Oral announcement following closed session, Government Code 54957.1A. The legislative body of any local agency shall publicly report on any action taken in closed session and the vote or abstention on that action of every member present thereon. We did not take any action. It was informational only, so there is nothing to report out. And we're going to move on to item 12, discussion vote update on Fraser Park Lake in the Wood Consolidation Planning Project.
did you say the time?
I did say the time, I said the time first.
Sorry.
Okay, 12A, discussion vote on the contract with Tom Dodson Associates for environmental work. So this is in your, board, packet here. I have not read this. I don't know if everybody else has read through it. I don't know if we want to try to read this out loud or how we want to deal with this. So to the board.
Well, did you get a copy of this, Dean? Of this contract that he sent us? Did he copy you on that? Tom Dodson,
You're muted, D.
you're muted.
Yeah, I've been talking to myself. No, but I do know generally what's in that, but I haven't reviewed that document.
Okay, well, if we want, I think the most important thing that we need to look at is scope of work. We can, if you want, I can start reading. And then we get down to the total amount. And if Dee agrees with it, then I think that's, because, I mean, all I can say is that, it encompasses all the environmental work as far as I know. So.
Right, we don't know what we don't know, so we just kind of need
Right.
you to listen to this, Dee.
Okay, okay.
What, if I could, sorry to interrupt, but Tiffany, if you could send me a copy of that, I'll have it in front of me.
So you can read along.
Okay, I'm sending it now.
Okay, we'll take just a momentary pause for Tiffany to send that to you so you can read along as Director Nyman is reading it.
Great.
And then we just really need to have a vote on this evening so that we can send the checks, although, he was giving us some grace on getting his checks, but we have 2 checks cut to send to them if we agree on this. There is no signature line on this, so what we're gonna be doing is I'll be entertaining a motion
And we'll
once
approve
we,
it.
and
Yeah.
we'll approve it verbally here, and then I will get your approval to just put to sign by his name or something and just put, President FPPUD, even though there's not a signature line.
Right, yeah, you could sign it next to it. Yeah. Then we can provide a copy to Carlos.
Correct.
I've seen a.
Carlos, do you need a copy of this as well? You probably do, right? Did he send
No,
this to you?
I do got a copy, and one of my concerns before you get started is that the total environmental cost is 109,000. We only have 100,000 in the budget, so I don't know if if D added more environmental in the budget he submitted to, to the
So
state?
originally the budget was $100,000 and D has, increased it to 109, and I believe that's what he submitted to the state. And the state that's in process of being approved. So, I think the thing is that we can approve it and approve the contract. The only thing that we have to be aware of is if the state does not approve
9,000.
the 9,000, then we'll be on the hook for 9
And there's
grand.
more than 9,000 because there's also a $4,000 fee for the city to file the notice, and that is not included either.
Right.
And that, I don't know if that was ever included in the environmental.
Well, that fee is, according to him, that fee is directly, the district is responsible for that, but hopefully that can be a reimbursable amount.
But is there enough money under the whole LAFCO and fees and all of that? Cause this is for the, this is a fee for the, notice of determination.
Well, there's
Paid
funding
directly
in there,
through
but
the
I don't know how much funding, if it's to cover everything or not.
One thing that Tom told me was he thinks it's very conservative. So that hopefully his budget there'll be extra money in that budget that he's the 109,000 that will cover it. But we'll find out when we get there, that's for sure. But it's not a deal killer. I mean, it's 4,000.
Yeah, and a lot of this stuff would be reimbursable under construction funding anyways, but the district would have to hold that until the funding comes.
Yeah, for the additional.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you have that in front of you, Dee, where Director Nyman can read it?
I do.
Okay,
Okay, I'm gonna start at scope of work.
yes.
Project description. TDA will compile a draft project description subject for your review and will then submit it to the FPPUD and project engineer D. Jasper and Associates Incorporated for review and approval after incorporating any comments from your team. The fee for this effort is included in TDA's EIR preparation fee provided below. 1. Aesthetics. Assumes no visual simulations will be required. Fee for this effort is included in TDA's EIR preparation fee. If simulations are deemed required in the future, Forma is our associate firm that prepares the simulations. So that's a cost that's not covered. I don't know what simulations are. 2. Agriculture/forest resources. Fee is included in the EIR preparation fee below. 3. Air quality/greenhouse gas, climate change technical study to be prepared for urban crossroads. Fee will be $12,500. Biology, a biofield study and report for the project will need to be prepared. This includes a biosurvey of the site. We will use our biology associate HDR and the fee is $15,000. Cultural technical study required. Fee is at $14,000 unless cultural resources are found on site that must be evaluated, which would increase this fee. CRM Tech will prepare this study. Geology/soils. TDA does not plan to compile a technical study. It is assumed the data can be obtained from available geotechnical reports for the project area. 7. GHG C3 number 3 above. Okay.
Greenhouse gas.
Okay, number 8, hazards. PDA does not plan to compile a technical study. It is assumed that the data can be obtained from available databases from the project area. 9, hydrology/water quality. It is assumed that the project engineer will prepare the preliminary WQMP and provide a list of anticipated BMPs that can be used during construction. SWPPP, no TDA fee. Okay, so so you're gonna be preparing that report, Dee?
Yep.
Okay. 10, land use / planning, TDA will prepare. The fee for this effort is included in the ER preparation fee below. 11, mineral resources, no technical study needed. Fee included in the EIR preparation fee below. 12, noise. A formal noise study will be required for the proposed project. This fee will be $10,000 and the study will be prepared by Urban Crossroads. 13, population and housing, no technical study needed. Fee included in the EIR preparation fee below. 14, public services, no technical study needed. Fee included in the ER preparation fee below. 15, recreation, no technical study needed. Fee included in the EIR preparation fee below. 16, traffic / circulation. We'll need a vehicle miles traveled, VMT, analysis associated with this project. Fee is $7,500. Urban Crossroads will prepare. 17, tribal cultural resources. This issue will be addressed by the district through the AB 52 process. Fee included in the ER preparation fee below. 18, utility service systems. No technical studies required, but we will need the location of connections to local utilities, address offsite issues. Fee included in the EIR preparation fee below. 19, energy technical study needed and the fee will be $10,000. Urban Crossroads will prepare. 20, wildfires do not anticipate a technical study will be needed. Fee included in the ER preparation fee below. Fee for all of the technical studies identified in preceding text is $69,000. The TDA fee for preparing and processing the ER is estimated $40,000. Total hard cost fee estimate to be about $109,000. This fee does not include the approximate $4,000 fee for the city to file the notice of determination. This fee is directly paid by the FPPUD Kern County. The TDA effort includes preparing the notice of preparation, assisting the FPPUD to distribute the EIR for public review, and preparing the final EIR, including responses to comments. We estimate 12 to 18 months to complete the EIR process and get to a hearing on the project. We believe that it will be possible to achieve a 12 to 18 month period, barring any controversy or other unforeseeable / uncontrollable delays. Let me know how you wish to proceed from here and contact me if any questions. If proposed fees are successful, TDA can initiate work based on authorizations to proceed description. Do not hesitate to contact me, Tom Dodson. So does that sound like it's covering everything that you've discussed with him, Dee?
Yeah, like I said, I had a preview of this and, it's very complete, to my knowledge. I'm sure things will come up and maybe things will be less expensive than the estimate, or things may come up that we didn't anticipate. But that's a really good cut at what this whole thing's gonna cost. What I'm
Okay, so
is that if this is acceptable to the board, maybe have Tom prepare a formal contract form and attach this proposal to the contract form, and then sign it, and then the board can sign it, and you can approve it tonight. But taking care of the paperwork, you may want.
So the only thing that I would say, I'm okay with approving this. I think, we've already have an approved budget of $100,000. I think that, we're not gonna really have any choice on this. I know that we have requested the state to increase the budget to 109,000. So hopefully they will approve that. I mean, that's the only risk, is that we may be on the hook for that 9,000 if there's a major problem with the state.
Plus
So-
4.
Well,
So
plus
13.
4, yeah. But I think it's something we need to keep moving forward, and I think Tom does need to get paid. We already have a budget. We need a contract, so,
So I think Dee does have a good, point there though, so maybe we go ahead and approve it here, approve me signing
right.
the contract that he sends
Right.
to attach to this.
Okay, so I make a motion that we approve this, proposal by Tom Dodson Associates. Memorandum proposal to prepare environmental documents to support the Fraser Park Public Utility District to consolidate with Lake of the Woods and Mutual Water Company and implement combined water infrastructure upgrades in the total of amount of $109,000. And that Fraser Park would be responsible for a $4,000.
No.
I'll just leave that out.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
thank
just
you.
leave that out. Approve to that, and would ask, Tiffany to contact Tom Dodson and have him prepare a formal contract signature page and send it to the president of the board for signature.
I'll second that.
Any other questions, comments before we take a roll call vote? Okay, Director Garcia.
Aye.
Director Lyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 5-0-0. And so we will, go ahead. I think, you didn't include that we will send the checks, or we're gonna hold the checks?
We're gonna go ahead and send the checks.
Okay, so, and I will wait for the contract page, to
Right,
sign it.
because we've approved it.
Okay. Moving on to 12, everybody's okay with that?
Yes.
Okay, moving on to 12B. Discussion, vote, review of the project timeline and budgets. Anything new? Did we hear anything from the state? See?
I talked to Ruben a couple of times, once today. The only hangup on the time, the schedule, excuse me, let me go back. Number one, the budget, let me talk about that first. It looks as though the budget's going to be approved. That's indications from, staff. There's been no kicking back on any of that. So that is good news. Of course, it's got to be formally approved. And then on the timeline, the only hitch that I could see would be if we get to the 22nd. I talked to Ruben about this, and it gets again, it gets delayed for some other reason. And that moves us maybe 2 or 3 more weeks into December. And, at that point in time, and Ruben would be amenable to this, we would have to amend that timeline. So, other than that, it looks good. The timeline and the budget to the state. Again, with that little, kind of a little bit of a hang up
Caveat.
there. Yeah. So far so good, I guess is what I can say.
Thank you, Matt. Move on here.
Okay, any other questions in regards to that? Comments?
Nope.
Okay, 12C, discussion vote on the acquisition and development of well 8.
Going to court.
Yeah, we have a court date, so I don't think we have other discussion or vote on that right now. We did talk about that just briefly in informational and closed session. Do you have anything else on that needs to be added, Dee?
Nothing to be added. Nope.
Okay. 12D, discussion vote on the acquisition development of well 9 and additional booster and tank site properties, certificate of compliance, lot line adjustment, and property appraisals. There is an appraisal in your packet under item 12, and that is from the Alliance AG. I don't know if people have had a chance to look that over. What was explained to us is, there's that we may be looking at the larger parcel, not the smaller parcel, because of needing to have a little bit more room in there, but we would not be doing easements necessarily, most likely not at all. So I don't know if people want to look that over, but that is included here, and then we.
So well, we can just say what the appraisal is.
That's
So-
fine.
So in option one, which is the larger parcel, it's 116,000, but that included easements. But the easements will probably be taken out, so it'll be like $98,000. So that's where we're at with the first appraisal. The option two is $65,000. That's for a smaller parcel. But as Director Schoenberg has stated, Dee says that we're probably going to need to do option one. So.
And there's still negotiation to go through, which we will be doing separately.
And that's
there
just
is-
for the Bear Court property.
That's not even for the other.
That doesn't include, so then we have the other appraisal.
Right, which we already had
Which
gotten
we've
that. This
already
is what we
gotten
were
that.
waiting for. So we do have the appraisal. We do have a date set to start some more discussion with Jeff French and Emily Wainwright. So I think that's where we are with that. So that'll be happening soon, and then we're not sure, where it will go from there. We'll take a few more discussions. So that is 12D. Is there anything else to add to that, D?
Yeah, just one other thing, and I did have a discussion with Jeff today, and they prefer that we take 3/4 of an acre rather than half, because it helps with the utilization of the rest of the parcel. So they'd be okay either way, but if they had a preference, they'd prefer that we take a little bit more. And it looks like with the slope of that property, we're gonna need it. So anyway, so it
So
looks.
they're okay with the larger parcel. Okay.
Yeah, they're okay with it.
That's good.
That's pretty good.
Okay,
Goody.
any other questions for D or anything else? Okay,
Good push.
12E, moving on, discussion vote on project municipal service review MSR, quote, draft MSR, data collection, scope of work, and LAFCO. That did go to LAFCO. We're just kind of waiting on that. Where are we at on that, D?
We are going to, we need the CEQA notice of exemption, which is that exemption, which is basically common sense exemption. And we're gonna have a conversation tomorrow afternoon, I think, with Tom Dodson. He's already written it, so it's pretty much ready to go, but we will need signatures on that. And Alan suggested that either the board president sign that or the company, the district manager sign it. He'd be okay with Tom signing it, but he felt that it would probably bear a little bit more weight if the district signed it. So we'll finalize that tomorrow, and then it'll be available for discussion at the next board meeting.
Okay, so do you want to give approval tonight or wait till the next board meeting for either?
I think we should. What's that?
I think we should wait.
Well, what's the discussion on it? I mean,
It's just a really simple document.
it's a simple document that
I've signed several of those.
It's a common sense exemption, so once that's completed, it would just be whether you want me to sign it or you want, General
Dee,
Manager
can you
Ellison.
explain the common sense exception, to the board so that they understand what it is?
Yeah, Tom Dodson is really an expert on this, and he consults for, I think it's the county of San Bernardino, and they utilized it a number of times, and he's also had conversations with LAFCO here regarding the very same thing. And so, Blair Knox and Bud Rice both are familiar with the common sense exemption. And what that is that increasing or changing the sphere of influence does not involve any construction whatsoever. It's a line on a map. That's it. And so there's no environmental consequences to drawing that line on the map. No construction is going to be initiated because of the change in the SOI. So the argument is, the common sense argument is, CEQA applies when we're going to do something. Well, this doesn't involve doing anything except changing the boundary. Now, when we get to the annexation and we get to the regional project, of course, that's when CEQA really gets applied. But at this point in time, it's common sense that CEQA doesn't apply, or we don't have to do any CEQA work on this other than, claim a common sense exemption. And Tom thinks that LAFCO will accept that without any qualms. That's his thought.
Okay, thank you, Dee. I make a motion that we approve, the common sense exemption that Tom Dodson is approving, and that we have, the president of the board, Director Schoenberg, sign that, once it is, completed.
I'll second that.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, roll call directors, Director Garcia.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelling.
Aye.
And Director Schoenberg. I don't think I need to abstain from that. I'm gonna say aye. So that passes 5-0-0. So we will be waiting for that to be completed, and then I will, Tiffany will notify me if he has it, and I will come sign that. Okay, 12F, that's been tabled. That's the memorandum of understanding. We're still not there. That's gonna happen basically towards the very end of this project. It'll get untabled at that point. 12G, discussion vote on Lake of the Woods projects and consolidation. So we have some representatives from Lake of the Woods. I don't know if Pam or Joan or Mary, or all three, if you would like to discuss what's going on with item 12G.
All right, so the two projects, nothing new on those. Well, number 4, nothing new this month. Last month I shared with you that the samples were non-detect for well number 4 from iron and manganese. Samples for blending station for nitrate so far for the whole month of October were between 2.3 and 3.2. So very low. Actually, we requested to go to monthly monitoring from weekly. All the wells are actually dropping now. So we're losing from 0.7 to 9.3 feet, but they're still up from last year, 27.5 to 56 feet, and since January, 15.5 to 25.5. So we're still doing well. We did get our PFAS testing from Sacramento State done, and we have our results. All wells were non-detect except for well number 7. Well number 7 came below the notification level and the response level. So right now it's going to be on a quarterly monitoring, because we don't know if there was cross-contamination or if it's truly a PFAS in the water. And that, I think, is it. Did you guys have any questions?
Sounds good.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
As a side note, our well is still, well 5 is still at 9.6 on nitrates.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Okay, so if
Keep
there's
trying.
no other questions, I will move on to 12H. Discussion vote on claims and payouts. We don't currently have any claims and payouts because it's the first meeting. We usually discuss that at the state update meeting. Do you have any information that you need us to know, Carlos?
Lisa, can I interrupt for just a second? I was trying to unmute when Johnny spoke.
You sure can, Joe.
Sorry, I wasn't fast
Is it-
enough. Johnny, did
Is
you
this in
have any?
regard to 12G?
Yeah, when he gave the information on his nitrates, did he have any information on well 6 fluoride or on his PFAS?
Not the PFAS, fluoride is probably around 1.6, if I recall right. And what was the other one you're after?
PFAS.
PFAS,
I
did
didn't
you
get
get-
anything on that. Yeah. it's
Okay.
about PFAS, fluoride,
right.
and what?
Very good.
The nitrate, that's a 4.6.
Nitrates are at 4.6 on,
On
oh,
well
on well
6.
number 6. Yeah, but on well 5, you're
Yeah.
at 9.6. Okay,
Yeah, it never changes at, well, I haven't seen it change at well 6 since we've been monitoring nitrates, stays about the same.
okay. Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it. Sorry, guys.
Well,
Hey, Johnny, did you get involved in that Sacramento State testing?
no, I did not. Been waiting for the lab to send me bottles
Okay,
and,
Just-
I guess they never sent them. They were supposed to, but
I know they were hard to get. Eric had to reserve a set for us to get our quarterly done. Thank you. Sorry.
I'm glad you brought it up though, so I remember to follow up on it.
Okay, any other questions, anything else? We have gone back to 12G. Okay, 12H, so I don't think we have anything unless Carlos has anything he needs to mention.
I got nothing.
Okay, so we'll move on to item,
Did I say one thing? So Carlos, you'll have our next, claim by next week? Because we'll have to approve it on next Thursday
yeah, we
night.
actually had to do both because our meeting, both in November and December, we're gonna have a state update, look at the information and have to approve it that same evening.
Yeah, I'll have it done.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, if there's nothing else, we're gonna move on to item 13. Okay, discussion about update on FPPD meter replacement project, emergency well supply project. 13A, discussion about update on well number 7. Where are we at? Did they come up to cap that or?
No, well, checked with Curtis yesterday. Big Straw Well and Pump is on hold, or not on hold, but they're waiting for the permit from the county to do the abandonment. So whenever it's really the county holding us up at this point. Once they do that, then they'll go ahead and put the fence back up and then we'll work with getting the extra stock that we have to take possession of.
The no is the straight answer now.
Well, yeah, but that is the update on it.
Okay,
We didn't know what
so,
was holding it up until now.
so basically it's held up, but that's not an issue of the contractor.
No.
Okay,
And we're getting a new.
Can you just keep me in the loop in that, before it happens? That way I can possibly go up there just to see, the capping and abandonment of the well.
Yeah, I'll absolutely let you know after.
Like photos.
and we should be getting a new fence because we paid enough to get a new fence and shouldn't be putting the old fence back up. Correct?
It'd be in the
I
contract.
don't know, they just took it down and everything's still sitting there, so.
I know, but they charged us for a new fence.
Okay, well, if they charge us for doing, then that's what we'll get. I haven't really followed up on that.
Well, we'll just have to make sure that they
Don't just
put up a new fence, or if they put up the old fence, make sure they don't charge us for a whole amount of a new fence.
Like every other step of every project, I stay on top of that stuff.
Okay,
Don't worry about it.
no problem.
So that, Oscar, is important to us because that they had recharge that fence price.
11,000.
Yeah, $11,000, so. Okay, any other questions on 13A? Okay, 13B, discussion vote update on meter replacement. We heard a little bit about this in the manager's report. Anything else?
Yeah, the meters for Bruff arrived, today, the 3/4, 1 inch and the 2 inch meter. And, I let Curtis know, so I'm sure he's gonna notify Bruff and they'll schedule it in and then ready.
Any other questions on that?
No. Okay, keep going.
Okay, 13C, discussion vote on claims and payouts, same basic thing, with Oscar, we need to make sure that on the third, Thursday of both November and December, that we both go over the claims in the state update and then have them ready to sign in the, or be approved in the, in the actual board meeting.
And Oscar, we've already submitted on the claims, for 5 and 6, correct? Progress payments 5 and 6?
Yes,
The
yes.
ones we took.
So that was included in claims 29 through 32, and I've already forwarded those to the state. And I'll have, claim 33 ready for your guys' approval next week.
Okay, and so we're gonna add on, I see that we have progress payment 7 here. Did you get a copy of that?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that come through when Curtis sent it over to Johnny.
Okay, for 18,468. Do we still have money left in the, bridge loan?
You should.
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I would like to make a motion that we request a bridge loan, request
Hey,
to
we
be.
weren't there yet, are we?
Yeah, we're not there.
Okay,
yet.
I'll wait, go ahead.
Okay, so, Director Nyman has moved on to 13D, so we will move on with him now. So discussion about update on the bridge loan requests and payments, so I believe Director Nyman is going to make a motion for us to, request.
So I
another
make a
loan.
motion that we request a bridge loan for progress payment number 7 of $18,468 and 0 cents. And that, this be put on the new claim.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Okay, roll call directors, Director Garcia,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelling,
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye, so that motion passes 5-0-0. We will be asking for that money for progress payment. It's 7.
Yes,
The 7 from the bridge loan, and then it'll be submitted as a claim.
and you'll do that, Tiffany? Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Like it.
moving on, unless is there anything else to discuss on item 13 before I move on to item 14?
We can, let,
Carlos
Oscar go.
and then Oscar. Yeah.
Oscar go.
Thank you, Oscar.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great weekend.
God bless you.
Thank you.
See you next week.
Yeah, next week, busy day. Okay, so item 14, discussion vote on pipeline replacement projects. 14A is a discussion vote on the engineering and design. I don't believe we've changed anything on that, but has anything else transpired on that, Dee?
Just being, it's in the same hands with Jesse. They're supposed to be reviewing it. So we haven't heard anything, haven't received
And they did let you know that they had received everything that they needed, because the big issue there was that they said that they didn't have everything. They had the design, but not the specs or something, so they have everything now, correct?
yeah, I think they probably had all of it then. But anyway, we sent everything again to them.
So we'll have to press them next week.
Yeah, I got a notice, email notice when I tried to get a boil notice that both Jesse and Ryan are out of the office till December 2nd and would not be available for email.
Okay.
So I had to go to the section chief to get the boil notice approved.
Okay,
Well, that'll be interesting for our board, for our
okay,
update meeting.
okay.
May I ask a question on this item?
Yep.
Yes, you may.
Could ballpark numbers give me a percentage idea of the pipelines that you're looking to replace? What percentage of your pipelines are you looking to replace as
Very
this
tight.
project?
Yeah, I haven't done the math. It's basically nothing. We need to replace about 25 miles of pipeline. We're gonna get 12,000 feet from this
Okay.
project, so.
Yeah, it's almost nothing, but it's our most critical pipeline. It's
Not
the,
even a quarter
the,
mile.
the sections that we keep having extreme issues with that actually are a liability issue as well if we keep having problems. So that's why those are happening first.
Okay,
That
thanks.
Mike
I've
Hyde
never
told
bothered to ask.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one too, but it's mainly Pico and Summit, where it's on top of the hills, and when it ruptures, it goes right through people's yards.
Get it.
Okay, any other questions on that? Okay, moving on to 14B, the project application, I believe, well, that's Carlos again, or is there anything else? We're just really waiting on Jesse, we're waiting on the state to approve stuff on 14A. Is there anything else that we need?
Not at this moment.
Okay. So any other questions? Otherwise, I will move on to item 15.
I have an update on that, and Tiffany made too, but basically, there's not much of an update. Me and Tiffany had a meeting with the guy. We talked about some stuff. We're gonna have more information on the next meeting.
For what?
For the rate study, item 15.
Okay.
Oh, I was thinking at the standby. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry, okay, back up. It's kind of the same thing, but different topics.
Almost the same but different.
So the rate study is through Carla, well, they're both through self-help, but
I'll pass that back to them.
Carlos, do you have any other updates on item 15, the rate study?
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what my manager says on that because we did submit, well, you guys submitted that TA request that requests the rate study. I did hear from DFA and they want me to put it on the work plan instead of using the TA request. So my manager's trying to discuss that and we're trying to avoid revising that work plan since it's gotten so big. So hopefully DFA agrees and just says, okay, we'll use this TA request. Then if they do approve it that way, then I'll just have to create another work plan that just has the rate study on it, which would make it a lot simpler, but we'll see what DFA decides at the end.
Do we have any idea how long that's gonna take?
How long it's gonna take?
Well, to.
Revision, it's either way, it's gonna take, it'll take, a month to 3 months for approval.
Okay, well, that's, yeah,
DFA or anything state related always takes a little while.
no, I know, I was just wondering on his part,
Yeah.
what he's doing, so,
Okay, good.
thank you.
Okay, item 6, anything else on 15? Item 16, discussion and vote on standby fee assessment, that's what,
Okay, I'm gonna reiterate what I said earlier.
Say it again real quick.
Not much of an update. We'll have more on the next meeting.
So we'll put tabled on that, just skip.
right,
that.
because we're kind of on hold to figure out, and then we need to assess what we think would be a reasonable standby fee, but we're.
Yeah,
we have to justify it.
he got a little confused. He wants to do more research on the Prop 218 process, get
Okay,
a little more info, and then hopefully we'll
Is
know
this a
that by
government
next
employee?
meeting.
No, private.
Paid for by self-help.
Yeah,
Cool.
private
Okay.
firm paid by some.
Professional, okay. Beautiful.
Okay, so that'll happen at the next board meeting. We'll have more info. The next board meeting or the next month
The
board
next
meeting?
one.
Next week,
Yeah,
hopefully next week.
Next week,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, item 17, continued discussion vote on the district's record retention policy. I believe we left
And I
off on
think this
page
is where
10
I
and 18.
think this is where I
Oh,
check
yeah,
off
thank you.
Carlos.
or
Thank
sign
you,
off.
Carlos.
thank you.
All right, you guys have a good one.
You too.
Okay, 10 of 18, correct? Top of 10 of 18?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
Okay, so, why don't we'll do a few of these and see how far we can get quickly. So elections, right now, it's permanent. We hold on to that, information. I need to look back at the chart, permanently. Anyone have an issue with that? I think that isn't even
No.
and we're gonna put a yes for, media storage required prior to destruction of records, even though there won't be destruction of those records. So we decided to just put a Y in all of those since we do a backup anyway.
Okay.
So, so that one's taken care of. So we're on to emergency preparedness. That's AT, which is active. So during the active status plus 2 years. So, but I don't know. I mean, I guess as long as we're backing it up, you guys can look back. I mean, that would really be for, I think even more for our manager to make sure that we just, because when you have to do emergency preparedness information, since you're doing a lot of that, I mean, you should be able to look back in the backups and not worry about. So if we're retaining it for
And,
2 years.
and it means nothing. Because the only emergency preparedness I do is for hazmat for the county and for the state, for the water stuff. It's all hanging right there. And I have to update it every single year of what we're doing, but nothing ever changes.
Okay,
It's just gotten more clear, but nothing has ever changed.
so as long as we're backing it up and it's probably fine at active, the
Yes.
active one plus 2 years, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Employee accident reports, injury claims and settlements, that's, life plus 5 years, so that's a life of the issue plus 5 years. So,
And as we say yes, so it's fine.
and we say yes, so everybody's good with that?
Yep.
Okay, employee earnings records. Right now we have 10 years. And again, if we're backing, I mean, right now we're backing everything up. This would just be the originals.
So, yeah, that's more than enough.
More than enough.
Everybody's okay with that?
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so employee education records, that's permanent. And a yes as far as backup. So I guess we hold on to that. I'm not sure why that has to be held on permanent when the earnings records are, but that was suggested by our attorney, so I think I will go with his suggestion personally because it's for some reason.
Okay.
We can put 10 years, I mean.
No, it's fine. I'm just thinking we could go a little quicker because,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty basic, I think. I mean, I don't,
Okay, I know, you're in a rush. Okay,
I'm
employee.
not in a
garnishments.
rush. I
You're
just,
the one said you wanted to hurry along to the meeting.
I am trying to hurry along, I'm
Yeah.
just trying to like make it all clear, okay, employee garnishments, 7 years, and that says
advisable.
advisable, we're changing that to a yes.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, everyone's good with that?
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay, Employee Immigration Act affidavits,
Oh,
that's for life of the employee being at this company.
I don't think we can even ask that anymore.
Do you have any?
No.
Have me now?
Not in my time since I've been here.
Yeah. Well,
Okay,
the fuck
well,
is it?
Okay.
we won't worry about it, but we'll just leave it as is. Employee insurance records, life plus 3 years, so life of the employee being here plus 3 years with a backup.
Yep.
I think that's probably fine. Employee medical histories is permanent. I think that's in case somebody comes back and tries to do some kind of thing, so.
Yep.
And that's a yes, retain, so everybody's good with that?
Yep.
Employee performance evaluation, same thing, it's, we're kept permanently in case somebody tries to come back at that. So anybody have a problem with that? No, employee retirement, same thing, permanent.
Nobody lives long enough.
Yeah, employee time cards, 10 years, plus a backup.
Perfect.
Okay, employee applications, changes and terminations, permanent. Yes.
Yeah.
Employee, just yell if you have an issue with any of these. Employee tests and scores, permanent, and yes as backup. Encroachments, permanent, and what's OCD?
What I am.
Original cannot be original cannot be destroyed, so that would not be destroyed ever, which is a really good idea.
We got right here.
And it would be backed up, so, so I would say, it's, we don't need a yes because it's not gonna be destructed, so, okay, and, engineering facility correspondence. Not sure what that,
But it's fine at 10 and yes.
yeah, I mean, that's all stuff with D, that's probably fine, just correspondence about our facility, equipment maintenance, that's, the active equipment plus 2 years.
Yeah.
And
Okay,
backing it up,
Can I stop for a second?
yes.
Dee, if you would like to go, we no
Oh.
longer need you.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you, Dee.
Unless you have a,
Unless you want to stay and listen.
unless you think we need a longer retention on engineering facility correspondence.
Yeah, I don't think so. Don't know.
Okay, well, have a really great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Okay,
Thank you, Dee.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, have a good
I'm
weekend.
just gonna get.
Good night,
this
Dee.
page and we'll-
Good night.
So, equipment maintenance, we were okay with that. Expense reports, we have 10 years. And instead of advised, we're doing yes, a backup on that. So, that's fine as long as we have a backup on all that. Correct?
Yeah.
Any issues with that? Okay, facility improvement plans, permanent and backup, and then feasibility studies. We're changing that A to a yes, and that's life plus 10 years, so. No issues, I think we can
Nope.
stop at that. We went through a page and we'll continue on later, next meeting, next, regular meeting. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes, good job.
Okay,
Mhm.
so. On to, blah, 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 we don't wanna take a recess, correct?
No.
Correct.
All right, new business, item 18, discussion vote on increasing the administrative assistance credit card limits.
Yeah, what's your limit at right now?
1,000.
Yeah, we need to increase that to like 5,000 because say if I ever did it, took a vacation or something, we need stamps or something, it's like $1,500, you know? And if she's put anything else on her card, she doesn't have any money for it, so let's just go 5,000 and then we have some insurance if I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion for that unless there's an
I'll
issue.
make a motion that we increase the administrative assistance credit card limit to $5,000.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia,
Aye.
Director Nyman,
Aye.
Director Gibson,
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye, that motion passes 500. We will be increasing that to 5,000 to cover anything needed, we look at that each time anyways. so
Plus if he wasn't available and they
deal.
needed to buy something,
Correct.
I mean,
Oh.
So now you'll, do a, drawing a blank now. The, not ordinance, but whatever. Just
The thing at the bank.
yeah,
Yeah, I'll talk to Brenda and see what she wants. She may want board minutes or something.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And if needed, then the AP financial people would be able to talk to them if they need to.
Yeah, if there's a form to sign or something.
Yeah. Okay, 19, review and approve meeting minutes for 10/08/24 AP Standing Committee, 10/10/24 regular meeting, 10/15/24 quarterly financial standing committee, 10/17/24 state update standing committee, 10/22/24 AP standing committee, and 10/24/24 regular state planning and project meeting. Do we need to break these up in any way?
No, I don't see why.
Okay, then I will
Okay.
entertain a motion.
I make a motion that we approve, meeting minutes, for, accounts payable standing committee meeting minutes of October 8th, 2024, and regular meeting minutes of October 10th, 2024, and state update meeting, for, October 17th, 2024, October 15th, quarterly financial standing committee meeting minutes. I also include October 22nd, 2024 AP standing committee meeting minutes and October 24th regular state planning and project meeting. With any of the amendments that were sent.
Did you say 10/17?
Yes, I did. That were sent, I did it before because I was going off the
Got it.
other one. Can I? With any of the amendments that were sent to Tiffany previous to and after the meeting, as well as any additional amendments for typos or other errors that we may not have thought or that may need to be corrected.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call directors, Director Garcia.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
And Director Schoenberg is an abstain because I didn't read them all. So then they're all being done together. So, that motion passes 4-0-0, 1 abstention. Okay, on to item 20, discussion vote on future agenda items.
Do we need the turkey ham on there?
No,
Next
because
month.
last year it said we always get them.
Okay.
And they just directed me to get them, so.
And what about the, holiday, whatever?
Holiday thing, we can put regular in December, or do you want it earlier?
Regular.
No. Well, why don't we talk about it we should talk about it next week.
Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise.
Because otherwise-
Last minute, I think.
Okay.
It's already on us.
Yeah, it's in a couple weeks. Okay, so, any other items to add to the agenda?
I have a quick question. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. Is it okay if I attend the accounts payable ad hoc committee meeting?
Sure.
Okay, and that's next Tuesday at
It's
10
It's
o'clock
an open
at
meeting.
11. It's an open meeting at 11 o'clock
on Tuesday, right?
on Tuesday.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Okay.
Okay, with that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Everybody.
I'll second that.
Okay, well, I think we already have a second
Oh.
from Garcia. No issues with that. Okay, roll call directors. Director Garcia.
Aye.
Director Nyman.
Aye.
Director Gibson.
Aye.
Director Kelly.
Aye.
Director Schoenberg is an aye. That motion passes 5-0-0. We are adjourning at 5:36 PM. Thank you, everybody, and
Thank
see
you, ladies
next
and
week.
gentlemen.
Thank you, everybody. Great job.
Bye, everyone.